brothers on the rise now. Woo! Endless celebrations all in my house. Yeah. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. Yeah. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Yeah. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though. Yeah. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing, yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. No. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Woo! Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Hello everyone and welcome to Scylla versus Echelon. Now this is the battle for... where is Echelon? 4th place. So Scylla is currently challenging them. They are sitting in 11th and they are challenging for 4th place. So this would be a very good game. I think Scylla are going to take it 5-0 to be honest. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. They are a very top tier team. Echelon only newly formed. Echelon are very keen to improve themselves though. They've been asking a lot of questions about how to improve themselves, about certain strategies and that sort of stuff, and they've been picking the brains of certain community members around the scene. So they are very much here to improve themselves, and I don't think they're going to let a loss against a team like Scylla absolutely put them out of the game. So that being said, looking for the lineups, we do have Billy Flank's Warrior, Paragon, It's Reggie, and the 5th just left. I can't remember who it was. Coming out of Echelon, he forgot Moss. Scylla are yet to actually join into the match. I am inviting them, but I think I only have the one. I thought I had Kings. Oh, so we're waiting for Echelon to set up their Moss because they forgot about it. So they're just Paragon is the 5th. So they're just gonna redo their Moss and join back up. Anyway, the map is Border for tonight. Border having 4 bomb sites, so it has the armory lockers upstairs, the armory lockers and archives. It has the workshop and ventilation room. It has the customs and I can't remember what the other bomb site next to customs is called. And it has the tellers and bathroom. Now, I only expect to see 3 bombs in this one. The upstairs bomb site is by far the meta pick, I'm going to say. So it's the most common one we'll see, which is the armory, lockers, and archives room. I expect to see that picked on defense first time for both teams. Coming after that, it really comes down to preference of whether you prefer customs or workshop. I personally prefer holding workshop. I think it's a bit easier, as you can hold the upstairs and basically you only have to learn 1 bomb site because you're just holding the armory lockers above it again. Although you do have the customs inspection, which can be quite devastating if it's held properly as well. So far, there's only 2 people in the whole goddamn lobby at the moment, as most of Echelon seem to have forgotten their Moss. And Siege takes forever to restart, as we know. Oh, by the way, guys, I do have a new mic at the moment, so please let me know if I need to adjust it in chat at all, okay? Hit me up in chat if I do need to adjust my mic or anything like that, because it is a new mic and this is the first time I'm using it for casting purposes. But I'm hoping it is okay. Where are you, Warrior? They're not even online again. Okay. Of course they're not. God damn it, Moss. Alright, please guys, can we have Moss done and sorted before the match? Please. Please. Sorry guys, I've just got back from soccer, so I'm a little exhausted. Yeah, we won 15-1, it was pretty crazy. Alright guys, so again, I do expect Scylla to win this 5-0. They are a much stronger team. They're probably in the top 3 teams in Australia. And it's Reggie forgot his Moss as well. So now there's one person in my lobby. feeling much better now. As we're regressing. Alright, well, while we wait for this, guys, I'm just going to put the music back on because this does not seem to be going. Doesn't seem like either team is particularly ready at this point. So let's put the music back on. Hello everyone and welcome back, and we're going to get into the game right now. It is Echelon, Scylla versus Echelon, although Scylla did decide to go on to the orange team to begin with, so they will be defending first. So, as we see in the lineups, we'll do a Billy Flank, Snap Frozen, EU Paragon, who I'm just going to be calling Paragon, Warrior, and Regicide for Echelon. And on Scylla's team, we do have Rizraz, Morty, Scrivy, Cruz, and Astos. So Cruz is subbing in for Kings, who is having some internet problems at the moment, which is unfortunately how the game goes sometimes. That is the point of, that is how the internet goes sometimes, especially in Australia. We don't have the greatest internet. But moving on to the game now, they are going to pick Armory and Lockers, Armory Lockers and Archives, should I say. So we do see Thermite, Buck, Thatcher, Blackbeard, and Habana on the attacking team, and Smoke, Bandit, Valkyrie, Castle, and Mirror on the defending team. The Castle pick is interesting for this. I don't expect the Castle to go onto the outside door, to the, I think it's the west balcony.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, yeah, so I don't expect to see a Castle to go onto this door here. I could be wrong though. I would expect it probably to go onto that window there. Not that door either. Maybe that door there, and that door there, and maybe a window. So, yep, onto that window there. I was right. And let's check out where Scrivy is going to put these cameras. He still has all three. So that's one straight up into the dome. It's a very nice camera spot. He is going to blow out the hatch. I expect he's going to put his second camera out there in just a minute. All this is thrown out. So the second one, we still will go out into the west hallway. As Chris just straight up reinforces it. So, yep, one far out and one onto the corner. So that's some very common camera spots we see there. And he is going to leave the door open because he's going to pick it. That was a very nice throw, straight to the corner and onto the... Wow, this is a very practiced Valkyrie. He knows exactly where to put these cameras. He can see them all. That is amazing. A very well practiced Valkyrie out of Scrivy there. Moving on to the attackers, we do see Billy Flanks with the diffuser having to push in. Snap Frozen is currently droning out. He does see Scylla. No, he didn't see Scrivy. Now he sees Scrivy. Alright, so he makes the call out to his team. Scrivy is in the corner of... Oh, Scrivy sees the drone, takes it out. Billy Flanks... Where are we? We're on the east side, so we're on the opposite side of the map to Valkyrie, so she's not going to be a... Scrivy is going to have a very hard time taking out... Oh, he does see the black eye. That was a... He almost missed it. He does miss the other one. We are seeing a couple of shots come out. We do see Buck has been taken down by about 20 damage. Scrivy has taken no damage in reply, though. Neither has Atos. We have Mort roaming downstairs. He does get on the cameras. He doesn't quite see anything. So they have lost a couple of cameras. And Scrivy has downed Warrior. Doesn't know that he's down though. Snap Frozen is going to go pick him up. He missed the cross, so he's missed... Unless he goes for another aggressive peek, that's not going to happen. And Buck has... And Snap Frozen has got Warrior up. That was a beautiful peek by Scrivy onto the Blackbeard. But Scrivy is now taken very low as well. And we see Thermite has been taken down by Rizraz. Snap Frozen is traded back onto Scrivy. That roaming Valkyrie is now down. They do have control of CCTV. Now, and Rizraz is taking out Regicide. Rizraz is doing a lot of work here. He's now got both the kills. Snap Frozen is taking down Mort. And we are now seeing a 3-on-3 here. There are two out here, and Rizraz does see one. He sees the second one there. Just pick up the diffuser. So Warrior has been spotted. Now he's definitely been spotted as he runs across. And Paragon throws an EMP. That's not really going to pick anything up. It is going to stop the holographic sight for a little bit. And Warrior has jumped in on the side, and he picked up Rizraz with a beautiful headshot. He's only got one damaged shield left though now, and he throws a flashbang over out into Cruz, who is sitting in there on the castle. Cruz is now flashed, and he gets flashed a second time. He is pre-firing, and the diffuser does go down, and Cruz picks up the diffuser kill, and Paragon then trades him back. It is now a 2-on-1. It is now a 1-on-1, as Atos has cleaned up Snap Frozen. It is going down, and he downs Paragon. He doesn't know he's down though. Now he picks him up. So Atos has got all the time in the world to just clean up this diffuser. That was a very close round. I don't think Scylla were probably expecting such stiff resistance out of Echelon's attack. That was a beautiful attack by Echelon against what many people consider a far superior team. So they should be very happy with that attack moving on. But first round does go to Scylla, and they do win the upstairs. So we'll see what happens to be their next bomb site. But for now, we are going to see Echelon on the defense, and we do see a Bandit Smoke, Jaeger, and Mirror picked up. And then while they still decide their fifth, I expect that to be probably a Valkyrie, and we are going to see Glaz, Ash, Hibana, Thatcher, and Buck out of Scylla. Rizraz has been practicing Glaz a lot, so it'll be interesting what he can bring to the table with this pick. Glaz obviously considered quite overpowered at the moment, while Castle is going to be the final pick for Echelon. That being said, a lot of teams have been very hesitant about putting Glaz into their strats for the sake of just putting them in. I think we need to be very careful about not falling into the trap of putting an operator into your attack just because they're considered overpowered. If your strat doesn't rely on having that operator's utility, you should probably consider having another operator who would fit the utility. That being said, so we do see the Armory Lockers and Archives picked for Echelon as well, and they do have a very practiced setup phase here by the looks of it. As they are going to put, that's an interesting spot for the mirror, and I would actually argue that it needs to be more to the left if you're going to leave that unreinforced, so you can get a nice little pick across from there. That being said, we'll have to see where he puts his second.
Attackers are moving out to locate
his second is in the security office there, so that's a fairly standard one. All right, so where did we spawn for the attackers? We do see a 3-man spawn out in Valley, and the other two did, I believe, spawn east side. So they are going to look for a push onto Archives, I think, as they move around to this side. So they're not going to invest into CCTV, I don't think, at all. That being said, Scrivy has the diffuser, and he's currently sitting by himself. If he gets picked off, this could be bad news for him, as they just drone out, make sure there's no roamers in obscure places. Ash is currently hunting for the roamers. We did hear a couple of drones get taken out, and Regicide has actually taken half his health already. And he does get taken out. Mort picks him up. That Ash looking for the roamers. He runs into one and just cleans him up. So it is now a 4v5. Not checking those cameras well, not making callouts on where these roamers could potentially be. There is a soft wall there, which is interesting to me. Mort does eventually decide to take it out. We had a bit of lag there. I'm not sure if that was on my side or Mort's side. As they do try to keep peeking. Paragon is holding strong on the B site in the archive. Snap Frozen gets taken very low, and we do have Bandit there as well. Peeks into Mort, doesn't tag him at all. As Mort is just running backwards and forwards here. He's just running down and taking pot shots, running back up the other side, taking even more pot shots, and then he'll just keep running back and forth. He hasn't taken a hit, yet the defense has taken quite a slog off their health. As he does see that door is open.
Drone's up and running.
Now he is going to check to see if Smoke, yep, Smoke is there. And oh, he did tag him again. Meanwhile, Paragon has been tagged as well. Paragon very close. Rizraz at half health as well on this Glaz. I think Paragon needs to go for it at this point. He has nothing to lose. Holding that angle is just going to get him killed. And Warrior cleans up Cruz with a nice C4. Paragon gets taken out by Rizraz, but in reply, Rizraz is taking a lot of damage. As Snap Frozen finally gets cleaned up by Scrivy, sorry, and Warrior takes down Atos. Mort has gone down as well. A lot has gone on here. Meanwhile, Rizraz has picked up Warrior, and Mort has picked up Billy Flanks in reply. So that is Scylla picking up round 2 in a bit of a chaotic defense, but nonetheless an effective one. An effective attack, sorry. I think Mort running up and down in between all the in between all the open sites he had. So he had 3 to pick from. He had that door, and then he ran around the corner, and he had that soft wall that he had breached, and then he runs up to the window as well. Him just picking between those 3 and just being able to hit people from all 3 of those sides definitely shook the defense of Echelon. Smoke was in a really bad spot and couldn't really move at that point. He was basically dead. I think he had to make use of his smokes and try and get Billy Flanks, sorry, not get Billy Flanks, and get Mort off one of those sites. But that being said, moving into the 3rd round now, it is now 2-0 up for Scylla, and we are going to see a ventilation, a workshop and ventilation spawn for Scylla. This is my personal preference to hold as well. A very common one is you will see this entire back wall reinforced. You will see a mirror wall go straight on that, and you will leave the rest soft. You will see some holes in the bottom of this here. You'll see some small shotgun holes sticked in there, and maybe a rotate hole put on the far one here. Is what I expect. No, they proved me wrong straight away by blowing. Yeah, so you reinforce those 3. Maybe it looks like they're just going to reinforce the 1 there, and use the rest maybe upstairs. Yes, we see everything else go upstairs. So this is exactly the same as the armory defense. You get the mirror up here as well as just fully reinforced. They are running a castle, so you castle these 2 doors here, and probably that 3rd one there, and maybe the window. If you want, but that's personal preference as well. And we will see how Scylla can go now in their defense. So we do see Billy Flanks pushing up from the east side. Where did the rest spawn? We do have Buck on his drone. That was a Valley spawn out of Buck and out of Snap Frozen and Paragon. We do have Warrior pushing in now through the archive section. Just going to drone out. He doesn't see anyone there. However, there are people up here. He knows it. There is barbed wire there, so he knows people must be there. He does jump in. This is very, very brave from him, considering he can be shot through the wall right there. We'll have to keep track of what's going on there. So we do have Mort sitting in CCTV here. I think they might have droned him out because they've been taking pot shots in that corner all day. They do see Paragon there, and Mort's going to take out and headshot him. His dome gets taken off there. Mort now taking on Snap Frozen here. Snap Frozen peeks, takes a hit to the shoulder, only loses about 10 health, and Mort swaps back to the armory lockers, and he takes a couple of pot shots at the, I believe that's Thermite up there. Yes, it is, and Mort takes down Snap Frozen again with a beautiful headshot. Mort landing these headshots and taking out the frags. Billy Flanks gets flashed by Warrior there. Warrior trying to get some peeks on Astos, sorry. No, he gets taken out by Astos. Looks away at just the wrong moment. Billy Flanks and Astos picks up a double headshot there. Takes down Billy Flanks as well. It is now all up to Regicide here. He is now he's now just going for the cut your click, says Snap Frozen. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It's now a 1v5. We have seen Rook in a dream. We've almost seen a Smoke in a dream. So we'll have to see if we can have Thatcher in a dream now. He decides not to take out the camera, and Rizraz finds him and takes him out. That is a very clean defense for Scylla there. A 5-0. It is now 3-0 up to Scylla. As we see Astos and Mort doing absolute phenomenal defensive work there. The Romers definitely won the round there for Scylla. Alright, moving into the 4th round now. I expect Echelon to go back upstairs again. We do see a Bandit, Smoke, Jaeger, Mirror, and Castle for them. So they're running the exact same lineup, and we do see Glazar, Shabana, Thatcher, and Buck coming out of Scylla on the attack. And yes, I was right, they do choose the Armory Lockers and Archives. So again, this is exactly the same lineup as what they've run both times to the same attacks, and no team making any adaptations leading into the second round, or the second attack here, or defense out of Echelon. So we'll have to see if they make any adaptation at all to the push. We are currently seeing the exact same setups happen from them. And they are going to totally reinforce this outside wall now, so there's not going to be a soft wall there, as they did realize that hurt them a lot. Mort being able to open up that third wall there and just play havoc on the defensive operators in Fountain Room and the office here.
10 seconds to go.
But other than that, it looks like they're going to do pretty much the same. Mirror. Have you placed both your mirrors yet? What's going on? No, you haven't placed any. Warrior seems a little lost here. Maybe he was just AFK. So one goes down. He gets it on the far edge. So they can get their peaks. Just going to check to make sure that there's no drones. He hasn't put his second one down yet though. I think it's probably a little too late at this point. Oh, no, and they have made an adaptation here. They are going to put a second mirror on this wall facing this outside.
Now you see me, now you won't.
I would argue it needs to be further to the right though, so you can get nice shots through the door frame. Alright, having a look at the attack. We do have Rizraz already on the corner, already on this window here, peeking into the archives. Oh, Regicide almost spotted him there. He backs out, Regicide shoots, so that piques Rizraz's interest. And he just tries to see if he can find the castle, but he doesn't quite see it. And Regicide walks away to live another day. Rizraz just checking to make sure no one's behind there. Mort on his roam again.
Bomb
Having a
located
look,
by attackers.
Roamer hunting again, sorry. Having a look if you can find any roamers. We do have Paragon up the top here. Will he run into Ash? I think he knows Mort's going to come from there. And Mort cleans him up. The drone. The drone out of Scrivy. Let's Mort get the, or was it Astos in the corner there? Anyway, there was a drone from one of them. Let's Mort get the pre-fire. And they do see smoke in the lobby there. That will be snap frozen, will be a little... Oh, he is pushed himself into a corner here. This is dangerous for snap frozen. Although he is popping his smokes. Make sure that people can't come in. It will mean that Mort will have to find another way around for the moment. He does miss the drone. That's going to be detrimental. Mort walks in, but he pulls the smoke out. Snap Frozen goes down. They don't know he's gone down. However, they do Habana into it. And Cruz picks up Regicide. Astos picks up Snap Frozen. But Cruz gets a Claymore kill onto Billy Flanks, and Warrior C4's back across to Rizraz. A lot has happened in the past 10 seconds, but that just means there's now a 4-on-1. Oh, and Warrior makes it a 3-on-1. Mort is not having anything of it. Warrior makes it a 2-on-1. Can he get it here? As he, oh, Astos on the floor there. He does peek back. He makes it a 1-on-1. Warrior picked up a 3. It is now all down to Scrivy. He does have the diffuser though. He uses the last 2 Habana charges on the floor here. It is going to calm things down for the next 20 seconds. He picks out the bearing 9 and he just crawls through. I don't know if Warrior saw this or not, but he is running out of time and he does need to plan. Is he going to fake it? He does fake it. Warrior peeks out and Scrivy picks him up. A beautiful fake plant out of Scrivy, and Warrior almost pulls back. An absolute amazing turnaround. But Scrivy says no, not today. Well, that was an exciting round. All the action happened pretty damn quickly there. Saying, I slowly watched that C4 come towards me. But Warrior absolutely doing some work there. Having a look at the kills, we do have Warrior on 7 after his 4 cages then. We do have Snap Frozen on 2, Paragon on 1, and Regicide and Billy Flanks on 0 each. We do have Morton, Rizraz, and Astos all on 5. Scrivy on 2 and Cruz on 3. So Scylla are definitely sharing the load, while Warrior is definitely doing the lion's share of the work for his team here. Having a look onto the next one, we are going to see an Armory Lockers again out of Scylla. This is potentially the final round. They are on match point, which means Echelon are going to have to reverse sweep them at this point. Not only reverse sweep them, but they're going to have to pick up an additional 2 rounds on top of it. Because they have to win 4 to make it go to overtime. And then they have to pick up another 2 rounds to make sure they win. So, Echelon got quite a marathon ahead of them here now. And, Scylla probably looking a little bit comfortable here as they do go on. However, probably not. So this was probably the closest defensive round they've had so far. Was their first defensive round. So the attack out of Echelon of the bomb site was very strong. But having a look at the operators, we do see a fuse coming out of Echelon. That's interesting. An Ash, a Twitch, a Glaz, and a Thermite. So no Thatcher to get rid of those bandit charges, and we do see Smoke Bandit, Valkyrie, Castle, and Mirror coming out of Scylla here. That fuse is definitely interesting, along with the Twitch. You don't see a lot of Twitch either at this point, so it looks like Twitch is not going to get the, Twitch trying to get taken out. She's not going to be able to get the, and she goes for a Kobe and just misses. And Warrior has picked up Cruz in that short time. Astos trades back onto Warrior. That is the carry down for Echelon. That means the rest of them will have to do some work now. But Echelon got in, Warrior got in there really quickly. And that's concerning for Scylla, considering that he just managed to walk in like that. The rest of Echelon, though, taking it very slowly. Warrior just rushing, and the rest of Echelon going very slowly. Fuse running an LMG. Oh, yeah. The LMG Fuse. Let's hear it in chat for the LMG Fuse. You don't see a lot of it anymore, but we're seeing it here today with a red dot. As he is, and Scrivy is taking down Billy Flanks just like that, and that is his second fuse cluster charge used. He now only has one left, and Morty is taking down Snap Frozen. It is now a 2-on-4, as Paragon hasn't done really much of anything yet. He's only just left the spawn site now. As he is going to meet up with Regicide here. Regicide does pop his last fuse cluster charge. He won't actually hit anything as he does turn around and try and shoot behind it. Is he going to use the castle wall here? No, he's just going to blow it. No, he's just going to blow it up. Well, Mort is dead. That means Mort could actually get this kill here if Regicide isn't careful. No, he backs out. Doesn't know that he's there. Paragon is very lost this attack by the looks of it so far. Running breaching charges on that Twitch. He's finally into the building. First time he's gotten off the ground floor there. And they have 55 seconds left. It took him over 2 minutes to enter into the building, and he gets taken out by Astos through the floor. That's unfortunate. It is now all down to Regicide here, as he will get shot by Astos and taken down, and that is Scylla taking down Echelon in a clean 5-0. Through the wall, nice shot. Alright, so as we look at the score lines, we do see Warrior on 8, Paragon on 1, Snap Frozen on 2, Billy Flanks and Regicide on 0, and Astos on 8, Mort on 6, Rizraz on 5, Scrivy and Cruz on 3 each. So that was a much more even teamwork across from Scylla, while Echelon did actually get quite a quite a one-sided affair there. So it's 5 for Scylla. I probably should have prepped this a bit better. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching here. That was a very quick game, but we do have some other games tonight. I'm just having a look at the schedule. If it loads, come on. So that was Scylla versus Echelon. We do have Havoc versus Apples, Tomatoes, Mangoes at 9 PM, and Lemon Squeezy versus Genocide Gaming at 9:30. So Lemon Squeezy versus Genocide will be on this channel here, so make sure you check it out tonight, and we'll see you guys there soon. Thank you for watching.
Till the quiet and the echoes became colder. But I never really knew that it was over. Till the quiet and the echoes became colder. took my love and gave it back. It's yours to leave, but it won't keep me from this heart.